Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel. Emel is here. Back in 2020, I did a certification that opened many doors for me and gave me really big opportunities and made me step up in my career. Based on that experience, I'm a firm believer that certification can get us closer to our career goals. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you my approach on how I select the certification that I want to do. And I will share with you an overview on the Agile and the project management certification out there to help you select or understand the differences between those certifications. If you like the video, make sure that you subscribe and you like the video. It will help us reach other people. By saying so, let's get right into it. Since you are watching this video, I assume that you've decided it's time to step up your game, learn some new skills and get a certification to boost your job prospect, or maybe to get that salary increase that you always desired. That's amazing. But with so many options out there, it can be very tough to figure out which certification is the best fit for you. In this video, we'll break down the top Agile and project management certifications. We all know that certifications are an investment. You are putting in effort, time, and money. That's why it's so important to make sure that that investment has a high return on investment. Personally, before I choose any kind of certification, I consider several factors to make sure it's really worth it. First of all, of course, I will look at the value of that certification. Is it in a high demand? Do a lot of job offers requires or prefer it? To find this out, I search for job listings in my desired field or desired positions, and I see what certification they are requesting or demanding. This gives me a good idea of which certifications are valued by those employers and by that field. After defining which certifications are more valued by my target job or target field, I will go to the provider of those certifications and check for the prerequisite to take that exam to see if I am eligible for it or not. If I'm eligible, I will go to the second step, which is checking the cost of that certification. Generally speaking, if a certification mandates a training, it will be more expensive than those other certifications that doesn't mandate a training. So I will go and see the cost of the exam and see if the training is mandatory or not. The last point, I will consider the renewal requirements. Some certifications need to be renewed every few years. This usually means additional cost and sometimes more exam. It's important to know this upfront so you can factor it into your decision. By taking these factors into account, you can make more informed decision and ensure that your certification will give you the best possible return on your investment. Let's start talking about Agile certifications. We will explore the top certification providers, Scrum.org, Scrum Alliance, Scaled Agile Framework, and the Project Management Institute, the PMI. Let's break down what each one offers and which might be the best fit for you and for your needs. First of all, let's start with Scrum.org. ScrumMaster offers different types of certification, mainly focusing on the Scrum Master and the Product Owner roles. Each one of these paths will provide 3 different levels of certification: Level 1, Level 2, and Level 3. And of course, the higher the level, the more experience you need to have and the more knowledge you need to have. So if you are starting out and you want to learn more about Agile and the basis of Agile, and you want to prove that you have a basic knowledge of Agile, of course, you will approach either the Product Owner role or Scrum Master role at the Level 1. Talking about the Scrum.org certification, the good thing about it is that the training is not mandatory. You can get a training from Udemy, get a course from Udemy or from any other platform, and you can do your own self-study and then do some practice exam and take your exam. No one will stop you. But if you want more support and you want to have a different perspective from a professional trainer, you can go to ScrumPoint.org website and you can find the list of the trainings available, and you can book your training with a professional Scrum trainer. And of course, the price of the training will vary from one person to another, from a trainer to another, from a location to another. And training, usually it's 2 days training, and after that you can take your exam. The other great point about ScrumPoint.org certification is that there is no renewal required. And the prices of the exam will vary from one exam to another. For example, if we take the ScrumMaster path, level 1 is around 250 and level 3 is around 500 something. So you see the difference of the price. For the ScrumPoint.org, if you want to showcase your knowledge about Agile and you are just starting out and you just want to show that I know the basics of Agile, I'm a good product owner, I'm a good Scrum Master who have the knowledge, go ahead and take the ScrumPoint.org. I think it's pretty cost effective compared to other certification, and it's well respected by different employers. Second, the big second player in Agile is the Scrum Alliance. For the Scrum Alliance, the training is mandatory. So if you compare it to ScrumPoint.org, it's gonna be a bit expensive because you're gonna pay for the training as well. You'll also need to renew your certification after 2 years, which requires earning Scrum education units and paying a renewal fee. While it's a bit pricier than ScrumPoint.org, it's also highly respected by employers and offers strong community and support network. I mean, we can consider that the Scrum Alliance or the SCM certification is positively viewed if you are starting out in Agile. So it's a nice certification to have. Then there is the Scaled Agile Framework, or SAFe. The training for the Scaled Agile Framework is mandatory, and the training will vary from one certification to another because SAFe has different types of certification. For example, you will find the Scrum Master, you will find the Scrum Master Advanced, you will find the DevOps Practitioner, and so on and on. Each certification has a specific amount of training required and has specific experience level required. So you need to check which certification you want and what is the prerequisite and how many days you need to do the training for. But for all the certifications, the training is mandatory for SAFe. And you will also need to renew your certification on an annual basis, which involves a renewal fee and ongoing professional development. The certification is on the expensive side. It's true, but it's ideal if you are targeting large enterprises that use SAFe for scaling Agile practices. So I would recommend SAFe if you are someone who is already working in Agile, you already have a good foundation in Agile, and you want to step up in your game because your key clients, if you are a consultant or if your target jobs or the companies that you want to work for are working with SAFe, at that time I would recommend that you invest in getting your SAFe certification. But if you are a beginner, if you are someone who's just starting out your Agile career or your project management career, I don't really recommend starting out with SAFe. I think ScrumPoint.org could be a better fit, also Scrum Alliance. Now we go to the Project Management Institute. The PMI also has some Agile certifications to provide. The most important one is the PMI Agile Certified Practitioner. Of course, for all the PMI certifications, I mean, most of them, the training is required, but it's not mandatory to do the training with an authorized trainer. You can purchase a course from Udemy. And of course, for all the PMI certification, the renewal is required, I think, after 3 years or 2 years. I'm not quite sure for the PMI ACP. The Project Management Institute also has Disciplined Agile certifications. And for disciplined agile, they have different levels of certifications. And I think the training days for each certification will vary. I'm not quite sure, but the training is mandatory. You need to attend the training. And also you need to renew after a couple of years. And of course, whenever I say that the training is mandatory, that means the price, it's a bit pricey compared to the ScrumPoint.org. So that's it for the Agile certification. I hope it gave you a general view on the main Agile certification providers in the industry. And so if you are starting out, make sure that you go with ScrumPoint.org or Scrum Alliance. These are pretty good. If you want to work in big enterprise and you know the company that you want to work for, they work with SAFe, or your current company is working with SAFe, go ahead and get the SAFe training. Or if you, I don't know, you want to become a SAFe trainer in the future or something, you can go ahead and start with a SAFe training. And also for the Project Management Institute, I think the PMI ACP is well known. It's a good certification to have. The Disciplined Agile, it's starting to get a bit famous and known in the industry, but not as the ScrumPoint.org and Scrum Alliance. Going to the project management certifications, today we will explore two of the top certifications, the Project Management Professional, the PMP from the Project Management Institute, the PMI, and Prince2. Let's break down what each one offers and which might be the best option for you. First, let's start with the PMP. The PMP is one of the most recognized project management certifications globally for many years. Training is required for the PMP, but it is not mandatory to do an on-site training with an authorized trainer. If you need it and you think you needed the support of a trainer, go ahead and do it. If you prefer to do self-study like me, you can purchase a course somewhere. There is different learning platforms. Just purchase a course and do some practice exams and take your exam. No one will stop you. For the PMP, the experience is required, so you need to check before considering the PMP to see if you are eligible for that exam or not. If you are interested in taking the PMP certification, I'll put my video about the PMP application process somewhere around here. You can click and watch the whole video for more details. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. Also, the PMP will require a renewal after 3 years, and you need to maintain your PDUs. The cost of the exam is around $500. It will differ if you are a member of the PMI or not, but generally, I mean, we can say that's around 500. The PMP is highly valued across different industries. Even in IT, some companies will require that you have a PMP certification. In energy, construction, I think all the industries will value the PMP certification. And then we have Prince2. Similar to the PMP, the training is recommended but not mandatory. You can choose to study with an authorized trainer or do self-study as you want. You have to renew your certification after 3 years, similar to the PMP. Both certifications are used interchangeably. So the decision between the PMP and the Prince2, if you are looking for a certification that's highly valued and recognized across numerous industries, the PMP is a solid choice. It offers flexibility in training and is in high demand. Prince2 is also a great certification, but if I had to choose, I go with the PMP due to its global recognition. To recap, both PMP and Prince2 are excellent certification, but the PMP has a slight edge in terms of global recognition and demand. Whichever you choose, both will significantly boost your project management skills and career prospects. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with your network, and let us know in the comments which certification you are considering and why. If you have any specific questions or need further advice, drop a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe for more career boosting tips, and you can also follow me on Instagram for more content. Thank you for watching and wishing you all the best in your certification journey.